Every life transformation begins not with a giant leap, but with a subtle step. It does not scream, it whispers. And right now, as you listen, your brain is silently adapting, forming new connections, new possibilities. That is the truth of neuroscience, that the brain is not fixed. It is fluid. And the most extraordinary part, you are the sculptor. Imagine waking up 21 days from now, not as a different person, but as a stronger, clearer, more focused version of yourself. No magic, no overnight success, just 6 small habits, backed by the deepest science and the clearest evidence, implemented with discipline and intention. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a Stanford neuroscientist, has uncovered the levers that drive real change, and he insists on this: it is the smallest changes done consistently that rewire the mind for strength and success. This is not motivation built on fantasy. It is grounded in neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to reshape itself based on what you do, think, and repeat. You are about to discover 6 habits that require no special talent, no expensive equipment, and no background in science. What they demand is commitment. 21 days of discipline. That is all. But do not be fooled by the word small. These habits are tiny doors that lead to massive rooms. They are designed not just to make you more productive, but to make you more powerful, calm, and unstoppable. They will increase your focus, reduce your stress, improve your sleep, and give you something the world is constantly trying to steal: your attention. So take a deep breath, prepare yourself, because what you are about to hear is not a theory, it is a blueprint. And once you understand how these 6 habits work, you will never look at your brain or your life the same way again. Ladies and gentlemen, the brain is changeable. That is not a poetic statement. It is a scientific fact. For years, researchers believed the brain was hardwired, that once you became who you are, change was almost impossible. But today, neuroscience has shattered that myth. The brain is not rigid. It is plastic. It changes in response to what you feed it, how you challenge it, and the habits you build. Dr. Andrew Huberman, one of the leading voices in applied neuroscience, teaches that our minds are not limited by genetics or circumstance. They are shaped by behavior. And the most effective behaviors are often the smallest ones. Tiny routines that, when repeated consistently, reprogram the brain's circuitry. If you want to change your life, change your brain. And to change your brain, start with your habits. The next 21 days could be the turning point of your life, but only if you approach it with urgency, precision, and discipline. These 6 habits are not random. Each one targets a specific neural network responsible for focus, motivation, mood regulation, memory, and emotional resilience. This is not a list of tips. It is a neuroscience-backed formula for transformation. You may wonder, can such simple actions really make a difference? The answer is yes, because your brain loves repetition. It thrives on predictability. When you introduce a habit, your brain begins to automate it. And once something is automated, it requires less energy. That is when change becomes effortless. So here we begin. 6 small habits, 21 days, a completely different life. Are you ready? In a world of constant notifications, your focus has become your most valuable asset. Neuroscience reveals that attention is a finite resource. It depletes as the day progresses. But here is the breakthrough: it can be trained. Dr. Huberman emphasizes that focused attention triggers the release of acetylcholine, a neurochemical that marks specific neural circuits for growth. When you concentrate intensely on one task, even for just 10 minutes, your brain strengthens the pathways related to that task. This is the foundation of neuroplasticity. Start with 10 minutes of deep focus each morning. Choose one task: reading, writing, or problem solving. Eliminate all distractions. Set a timer. When your mind wanders, bring it back without judgment. Over time, this simple exercise builds what Huberman calls top-down control, your brain's ability to override impulses and remain steady. The result is more than productivity. It is clarity. It is control. It is the ability to choose your thoughts instead of being dragged by them. Focus is a muscle. Train it daily, and it will transform every area of your life. Do this for 21 days and watch your scattered energy become laser sharp. Your goals are invisible to your brain until they are written. Writing crystallizes thought. It forces the mind to convert vague intentions into clear commands. This activates the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive center responsible for planning and goal-directed behavior. Huberman recommends daily journaling of intentions, not as a ritual, but as a neurological tool. When you write what you want, you create a target. And when the brain has a target, it engages the goal-seeking circuits driven by dopamine. Each morning, write down 3 things: what you want to achieve, why it matters, and what small action you will take. This structure not only gives your brain direction, but also creates a feedback loop of reward and motivation. The act of writing also activates the hippocampus, strengthening memory and emotional connection to your goals. It is not just a mental exercise, it is biological programming. If you do this for 21 days, you will notice something remarkable. You will begin to feel a sense of control. Your brain will start to look for opportunities. Obstacles will become challenges, not threats, because now your life is no longer reactive. It is intentional. Attention is the new currency, and most people are bankrupt. Social media, notifications, constant entertainment, these are not harmless distractions. They are hijackers of your neural energy. Neuroscience shows that task switching depletes glucose in the brain. It leads to decision fatigue, stress, and emotional volatility. Dr. Huberman explains that every time you switch tasks impulsively, you confuse your brain. It burns energy on transition rather than execution. The habit here is simple: schedule your distractions. Do not eliminate them. That is unrealistic. But contain them. Set specific times during the day for checking your phone, emails, or entertainment. Outside of those windows, stay present. This creates what is known as cognitive stability, a calm, steady mental state that allows deep thinking and creativity. It also protects your dopamine system, because when you waste attention, you burn dopamine. But when you control your attention, you amplify it. Try this for 21 days. Notice how much more time you have. Notice how much more peace you feel, because attention, once protected, becomes a superpower. What you do in the first hour after waking determines your mental rhythm for the entire day. Dr. Huberman highlights the importance of early neural alignment. When you begin your day with noise and chaos, your brain stays in a reactive state. Instead, begin each morning with silence, light, and intention. Delay screen use for at least 30 to 60 minutes. This reduces dopamine depletion and cortisol spikes. It gives your nervous system a chance to stabilize. Expose your eyes to natural sunlight. This activates the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which sets your circadian rhythm. It boosts alertness, balances hormones, and improves mood. Combine this with movement, a short walk, stretching, or breath work, and you prime your brain for clarity. Avoid news, emails, or social media until your mind is anchored. Your brain is highly plastic in the morning. That means it will wire itself based on what you feed it. Choose calm. Choose purpose. Do this for 21 days. You will find that the chaos no longer controls you, because you took command before it began. The voice in your head is not a commentator. It is a creator. Neuroscience confirms that self-talk influences brain chemistry, emotional regulation, and behavior. What you repeatedly say becomes what you consistently believe. Dr. Huberman notes that affirmations, when combined with emotion and repetition, change the structure of neural circuits. This is called synaptic potentiation, the strengthening of connections between neurons. Each morning, choose 5 statements. They must be present tense, positive, and personal. Say them aloud. Feel their truth. For example, I am focused, I am capable, I act with purpose, I protect my peace. I finish what I start. Speaking powerfully activates the frontal cortex and limbic system. This alignment improves decision making and emotional stability. It also reduces the influence of negative thought loops. Repeat these statements every morning for 21 days. Your self-image will shift, not because of magic, but because your brain believes what it hears most. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a neurological necessity. It is during sleep that your brain consolidates memory, resets emotional circuits, and repairs itself at a cellular level. Huberman emphasizes that consistent sleep timing is more powerful than sleep duration. Going to bed and waking up at the same time stabilizes your circadian rhythm. This enhances the release of melatonin, cortisol, and growth hormone. Irregular sleep disrupts dopamine levels, reduces cognitive performance, and increases anxiety. The habit here is to choose a bedtime and wake up time, and stick to them every day, including weekends. Prepare for sleep by dimming lights, reducing screen exposure, and lowering room temperature. These signals tell the brain it is time to wind down. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, bringing calm and recovery. Do this for 21 days, and you will notice deeper sleep, clearer thinking, and more stable emotions. Because when you master sleep, you master your mind. Now take a moment. Reflect on what these 6 habits really represent. They are more than routines. They are declarations. Each one is a choice to step into the life you were meant to live. You have a brain capable of extraordinary change. Every second, it listens, it adapts, it rewires. What you do, it becomes. And these habits are not complicated. They are not out of reach. They are simple acts of self-respect repeated over time. The world will offer resistance. Distractions will come. Doubt will whisper. But here is your edge. Now you understand how your brain works. You are not guessing. You are building with precision. In 21 days, you will not be perfect, but you will be powerful. You will be focused. You will be in control, because you chose to stop living on autopilot. You chose to take back the driver's seat. This is not about changing your entire life overnight. It is about compounding small wins, one day, one habit, one neural connection at a time. Now the decision is yours. You have the tools. You have the science. You have the clarity. What you need next is action. Commit to the challenge. 6 small habits, 21 days, and a life transformed. Write them down. Put them where you will see them every morning. Track your progress. Speak them. Live them. Share this message with someone you care about, because transformation is better when shared. And if this video gave you value like it, subscribe for more neuroscience-based strategies for greatness. Leave a comment. Which habit will you begin today? Your brain is listening. Your future is watching. Make this moment the beginning of your new story. Start today. Stay strong. Small hinges swing big doors.